Over the last 2 months, we have dug 32 holes just like this, nearly 6 feet underground, and today we're filling them with concrete. On the last one, you saw us pour the first concrete footer right here, and it was quite a bunch of concrete. It took 10 bags of cement just to pour this.
So this was number 1 out of 32, so we got 31 more to go. Let's get to work, honey.
We are the concrete truck around these parts. We have to mix all this by hand because we're up on top of a mountain in Panama. There's no concrete truck coming to save us. We got to mix all of this in this little concrete mixer here. But we do have a skid steer to help move the materials around, so that helps.
Having this thing is the ultimate game changer. Before, we would have to use just wheelbarrows, and all of the sand and the gravel would be at the top of our land. So it was so much more manual labor. It's been such a process trying to find the perfect sweet spot of the right consistency with the concrete.
It's so tough, you guys, because we are like the general contractors, I guess. Like we're spearheading the build, like we're the ones overseeing everything. It's tough watching for every single little detail, making sure everything is perfect while also filming videos at the same time. And when I was editing the last video, I was like, oh man, that consistency of that concrete is way too watery. It's like I didn't even pick up on it in real time because I was so focused on like 17 other things. So now it's like, hey, you guys, we gotta dial back this soupy concrete that we have, and we gotta make it so much drier.
Especially the one that we're pouring now, that is gonna be the highest point of the house, from the top of the house to the actual ground. I needed to come run into the bathroom real quick because it is so windy outside, I can't even film myself talking. But I just wanted to share a little tidbit that I've been thinking about a lot recently. It's crazy how I feel like it's so easy to go to a mental space where we can feel so overwhelmed and so intimidated by every single new phase of this house build. Like at first, it was the holes. It was like, oh my gosh, we have all of these 32 massive holes we have to dig. And now it's like, oh my gosh, we have all this concrete that we have to pour. It's so easy to go there. But at the end of the day, that mental space, and we found ourselves having days like that, it makes the day and it makes the process feel like torture. And that's the last thing that we want to do. Like, we chose to do this. We're choosing to build our own home, share the process, film the process. And although, yeah, heck yeah, it is super hard work and some days we are just exhausted, but we've really been trying to remind ourselves to stay super present and literally take it, as cliche as it sounds, one day at a time, one shovelful at a time, one bag of cement at a time, and really try to enjoy every single step of the process, as monotonous as some of these steps may be.
Trivia question of the day. What's this for, honey?
Stop. Stop. Stop, don't get it on me. I remember when Jordan bought this, I don't know, a couple years ago. I literally thought it was a joke. Like, there's no way this is real.
This is to vibrate the concrete because you get pockets of air, and you need this to like vibrate different spots to like let all that air up. It actually works really well, but it does look very
don't say it, honey.
Phallic.
Jordan sending me on a mission to go get 2 more wheelbarrows. Wheelbarrows. I'm never gonna get it right. It doesn't make any sense to me. It's a wheelbarrow. It's a barrel. The wheels around. It's not a barrow, it's a barrel. But I'm gonna go grab 2 more. Hopefully this will help kind of speed things up a little bit. Don't worry, Ted. I'll be right back. I'm going to get a wheelbarrow. Just a casual day in Panama. Hey, babes. You guys are beautiful. Beautiful cows and babes. Little does Jordan know. No, he knows this, but I think he thinks it's kind of a chore to have to run down to town to go and get supplies from the hardware store and whatnot. This is medicine for me. Hopping in the car, all by my lonesome, listening to my music. This is like mama's time. So honey, anytime you want to send me to town, you know, on there. ¿Cómo estás? Muy bien. ¿Tienes carretilla?
Carretilla, sí.
Sí. Allá? Ah, okay, muy bien. Got the goods. So some good friends of ours have 16 chickens that they're actually trying to get rid of. So we hopped all over that. We definitely could use some more egg production on our farm. We go through so many eggs, and honestly, we have the space for it. So chickens are one of those things where for us, because we free range them, pretty low maintenance, pretty easy for us. You ready to go to Lola's farm? I think you guys are really gonna like it. This cement mixer can fit 2 bags of cement mixed with all the sand and gravel and water as well. So it's taking us 5 of these loads to fill up just the bottom part of this here.
That's a lot of concrete, you guys. That's 2 meters by 2 meters, or pretty close to 6.5 feet by 6.5 feet. For just this 1 footer right here, we got 2 down, 30 left to go. All right, this is both hilarious and kind of heartbreaking. Look at Lola.
Who's a good girl?
She has a lazy eye here. I think she has a scratch. We're gonna keep an eye on it. But we woke her this morning and she like looked at me and she has like the cutest little face, but one of her eyes were just like pointing the other direction.
You like the wind, Daddy?
Oh, you look so silly.
Woo! Getting the boys amped, honey. You getting the boys amped.
The concrete's done on these 2 footers here. Now we need to move to the corners on the other side. So that means that we need to take our concrete mixer and find a way to get it all the way over there. You got any ideas?
Jordan went to go get the skid steer to help out, but I think these guys got it. I'm just realizing now, I'm like...
About a wheelbarrow for kids.
That's all they had.
I know, it's all, well, thank you with what we got.
I'm looking at it now, I'm like, wow. That is so much smaller than our other.
This is gonna be the hardest footer yet. Look how deep down in the earth this footer is. This is over 12 feet down. And we're gonna have to pour probably about this much concrete down there.
At the rate that we're going right now, we're doing about 1 footer a day, which is kind of crazy. And that's without the column. That is just the base of the footer. I'm a little nervous because our cement mixer has been acting up the last couple days. It'll just like randomly shut off. I don't know if we're just kind of like filling it too much, but we've used this thing always doing that, just filling it as much as we can, but it keeps just like stalling on us and shutting off. So I'm hoping it's not like the motor cropping out on us or something. You think that's a problem, honey?
I think if there's no gas in there, our motor's not gonna start.
Is that, was it really empty?
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, I'm gonna set you guys up right here. I gotta move this concrete around quick.
George's been down here just spreading out all of the cement, just getting it super, super even, while the guys up here are dumping it in. We've probably already done, these guys have probably already done 30 trips from the concrete mixer with the wheelbarrow.
I'm gonna be a concrete block by the end of this one. I'm already covered because I have to pour it from so high.
Yeah.
So it comes down and it just splatters all over me. There you have it. 3 down, 1 left to go for today. This one looks really nice. This is one of the most challenging days I can remember on this farm. The wind is like ripping. Is my face like covered in?
It's not that bad.
No?
I mean, you got it.
My eyes are like super irritated.
Yeah, mine are too.
And this work is tough, but this is one of the hardest holes to do. So it's like each one, it's like it's getting easier and easier, better and better. I'm taking a quick break from the build for coffee time, and while I do this, I'm gonna answer some of your guys' questions because Panama is such a hot spot right now. There's so many questions of you guys like, hey, what's up with the canal and what are people saying down there? And hey, why are you wasting all this time with a concrete mixer? Why don't you use a concrete pump? I'm gonna answer all those today, but first, before I do, I wanna let you guys know, I'm so excited about something. We haven't launched a new coffee since November. I know we've been getting emails, we've been getting messages, texts from you guys being like, hey, where's the new coffee? We've been grinding on not only our house build, but the coffee business. There's just so much going on that I'm so excited about. But I am excited to let you guys know that we just launched a brand new coffee called Chocolate Surge. We purchased this coffee from a coffee farmer that lives right over there. He's from our town. We crafted Chocolate Surge for all you dark roast drinkers out there. If you like dark roast, I just want to let you know we're not forgetting about you. If you're a dark roast drinker, Chocolate Surge is for you. And what makes it so special is this coffee is dried with what's called a natural process, which 99% of you guys out there have never tried before. Basically, coffee's a fruit, and with a natural process, they dry the coffee bean with the fruit intact. That allows the bean to suck up some of the natural sugars from the fruit, and it makes the coffee sweeter. The flavor of this coffee is in the name. It is a super chocolatey coffee, but it's also sweet. You might experience some flavors in there like orange or some red fruits, and it also tastes like almonds, and like that blend in a dark roast is just so good, especially this time of year. So if you guys want to support us, support our small coffee business, we now have Chocolate Surge available. You can click the link down in the description to grab yourself a bag. But while we're on the topic of Panama, let's talk a little bit about the Panama Canal, because this is such a hot topic and so many of you guys are interested on our opinions, or the Panamanians' opinions on it. MCoffeecation2153 asked us, it looks like the US is going to take over the Panama Canal. What are the people saying down there? Now, a lot of this is going to be anecdotal because it's just stuff that we have talked with our friends about down here, our community down here. Number one, the relationship between the United States and Panama is super important to people down here. Both people from the states that live down here and Panamanians, there is a mutual respect for sure. I'm not saying for everybody, like of course there's a whole spectrum, but in general, Panamanians respect people from the States, and the people from the States respect the Panamanians in their culture. But also, the canal is really important to the people of Panama. It's a source of pride, it's a source of independence. They're very proud people of their culture and of their country, so when there is a threat to something that's really important to them and to their country, there's definitely concern. So on one side, I definitely think there is people that are concerned that something that brings them, basically I think like $3 to $4 billion a year, there's people that are concerned that that is going to be taken from them. I think another side of it is there's already, before all this talk happened with the United States and the canal, there was already a lot of frustration around the canal. I'm not validating any of this, these are just things that have been said to me, but there are a lot of people that think that there is a lot of corruption around the canal as it is, or there's been corruption around the canal in the past. So there's some people that hope that a shakeup could be beneficial because they have this canal with a lot of money coming in, and a lot of people think that they're not feeling that impact. They're not feeling those dollars from the canal. And then I think another opinion that a lot of people have is there is big foreign influence here, other than the United States, from other countries that are coming in to have influence over Panama. And I think there's a lot of Panamanians that are split on that. Some people like it and some people really don't like it. It's just like the United States, there's a lot of polarizing opinions around this. There's not really a massive one way or the other. And just like in the States, I think a lot of it just comes down to where people get their news from. Where are people getting their information from? And wherever they get that from, generally, will dictate what their opinions are. Next question is from Willie J4 Lib. That is a lot of concrete. I know you can't get a concrete truck down there, but what about a concrete pump? The problem isn't getting the concrete from the top of our land down into the holes, it's getting it up the mountain. So we would have to, the dirt road that we're on, you would never be able to get a concrete truck up there. So we would basically have to pump the concrete over 3 miles up that road to get it to our land. That's really the problem. And one thing I forgot to tell you about Chocolate Surge is, for all you dark roast drinkers out there, I have some bad news for you. Dark roast coffee is generally like the leftovers, the old coffee that may have gone rotten or stale or is from multiple years ago. Because when you have a dark roast, you're generally not going to taste any defects because all you're tasting is roast. And a lot of that like old crop translates as being super, super bitter. With this coffee, it was recently harvested. It's a fresh crop. And we follow the same process as this with all of our other coffees because we're trying to make this dark roast as good as possible. So with this, you're gonna get so much less bitterness. You know, you like take that sip and it's like so bitter. Yeah, that's not in Chocolate Surge. It's so nice. I'm so excited for you dark roast drinkers to try it. The next question's from Mark Johnson, and it's how many concrete mixer loads for one pad? It's about 30 trips with a wheelbarrow to fill up one, which is a lot. And then he says, better have 2 mixers. So we bought that mixer and that mixer cost $2,000. So we can't afford another one. I would love to get another mixer and more guys in here, but we like have this really weird conundrum going on, and I think that kind of feeds into the next question, which is from Miss Jodes74, and it's, they work so hard, them guys, how much do you pay them? I'm not gonna tell you exactly how much we pay all these guys, but just know the average paid down here in Panama for a construction worker, somewhere between $10 and $20 a day. I don't feel good paying our guys out. We pay our guys more. Our main 2 guys get a United States salary, and then all the other guys get a little bit less than that. I agree, our guys are incredible, and all these guys work so hard, and we're trying to pay them as much as possible, but it's kind of weird because down here, labor's really cheap and equipment is really expensive, and that's like the opposite of the United States. So what people do down here is they just get massive crews of like 15, 20 guys. And personally, Kayla and I just don't want to pay people $10 to $15 a day, and we're trying to just give our guys a good salary, and because of that, we're kind of like maxed out on the number of guys that we can have here, and it just is what it is. It's got to make things go a little bit slower, but it's like, what do you bend on, time or ethics? And we decided to go on time. My brew here is done. I'm going to be drinking a lot of coffee today because we have a ton of work, and I'm just so excited about this coffee. Thank you guys for all your questions. I love having this minute with you while I'm brewing coffee. It gives me an excuse to drink some more coffee. My goodness, is this delicious. If you guys want to check out Chocolate Surge, check out the link down in the description below, but I'm getting to work.
Well, we got a little bit of a poopy, rainy morning, but on the bright side, it is rainbow season. It is actually incredible, the fact that we have a rainbow season. Just a quick jump over this canyon. So the guys are getting ready to place 3 more of these zapatas. While the guys are doing that, Jordan and I are gonna keep just cranking at making as many of these zapatas as we can.
The hardest part is done. Now welcome to our rebar production facility, where we are going to be cutting rebar, we're going to be bending rebar, and we're going to be wire tying rebar.
All day, every day, for the foreseeable future.
For weeks, maybe even months. Hey, the good news is at least using this rebar bender is incredibly satisfying. There's so many ASMR channels out there. I don't know why there's not ASMR, I'm just bending rebar. It's like the best thing in the world.
No.
It is so hard to film, you guys. This thing almost just got obliterated. And we had a paint can on the bottom of the tripod holding it down, and the wind is still strong enough to blow this over. This is a full paint can that's clipped onto the bottom of this tripod, and you guys still almost just got obliterated. Stay on this tripod, will you? This wind's out of control. It's like, it's intense. The view of our backyard here is just looking so insane. Like the amount of rebar that's just around is nuts. And this isn't even a quarter of the amount of rebar work that we have to do. We're gonna be doing rebar work for a while. I fully understand why people hire out people to do foundations. Like, it's very rare that someone does their own foundation, but here, I want to. We've spent all of our time learning how to do all of this and like putting all of our knowledge to the test now and doing all this. It's so fulfilling. Like, the grind is the most fulfilling part, and right now, we're in the middle of the grind. Literally and figuratively. Like, the amount of grinding on this angle grinder cutting this rebar is also insane. I have a feeling that we're gonna chew through a few of these machines during this whole rebar cutting project. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 Zapatas built in one afternoon. I would say it's pretty good. 4 footers poured. We're making our way, you guys. Slowly but surely. My goodness, am I proud of everything that we're doing. One day at a time. And I love chilling, especially on days like this when we just get a little break from the rain. It's actually still raining. It's misting, but when it's misting that around these parts, that's not rain. That's a nice sunny day. In the last video we posted, Kaylee was talking about how she was gonna stop breastfeeding and how it was time for Sadie to start falling asleep on her own. And look at this girl, you guys. It's been a week now and I'm so proud of this girl. She's tearing it up. And some of you guys were leaving comments that it's weird that Sadie was still nursing as a 3-year-old, and I've come to learn it's very much a United States thing of nursing and breastfeeding being taboo. Now that I've been a dad for 3 years, some advice to all you up-and-coming parents or aspiring parents is always do what you think is best for your child, not what is best for the opinions of you as a parent. And I think that that's how you have the happiest child possible and will probably ultimately make the best decisions. You're not always going to be right, but dad and mom knows best, and I really believe that.
Sadie was sick all night. I had the puke bucket out right after I kind of left you there. It got a little ugly. How you feeling?
Not good.
Oh, puppy. No, you said it's so cute though. But just know we're here to help you. You get to have a rest day. You wanna know what a rest day is? It means you don't need to go to work. It means you get to rest and watch movies and drink apple juice. It's pretty cool, huh?
And drink some tea and some water.
Yeah. You're so cute. Let me see.
I love you, honey.
I'll be outside.
I wish I could be out there with you.
Welcome back to the rebar processing facility. All right, let's get these safety glasses on. Let's get this thing rocking. We got a long way to go. Hey, your mustache is bigger than mine. That's not how it's supposed to be.
This moment has been a long time coming. I have been dying to try to make goat milk butter again since we got rid of our male goats. We weren't really able to use our goat milk for the longest time just because it had that boy goat milk stank to it. But now we are flooded. We are flooded with goat milk. We are milking 3 of our females every single day. This milk right here, all of this is just in the matter of 3 days. This is how much milk we have. I need to get some containers, like some mason jars to keep them stored in because that fridge is a mess right now. But if I can make goat milk butter, I am gonna be one happy mama. The last time I tried to do it, I think when I skimmed the cream off the top, you have to let it sit in the fridge for like at least a few days. Let the cream separate, you skim it off the top, just like cow milk that you would do that with that. And then you try to churn it. You want what, honey? You want to make butter with me? I would love that. So you see all this cream right here? It's like super thick cream. We're gonna put it in the blender. I have like a butter churner, but I'm going for the blender today, guys. I just want to take the easy way out. Does it smell weird?
Nope, it smells good. Smell. Smell it.
It smells pretty good. Okay, so I think we'll just keep it on low. Click this button up for me. We'll check back momentarily. Well, that was an epic fail. I tried so hard. I let that thing whip for like 15 minutes and then I was like, yeah, there's no way this isn't happening. It did not get thick at all.
No goat milk butter?
No goat milk butter. So any of you out there that have any experience with making butter from goat milk, please give me some advice.
This has been like three or four times you've tried.
I know.
And we have so much goat milk and we're trying to find ways to use it. And we've been giving it away. We've been drinking it.
Yeah.
But how much goat milk can one person, two people,
I know.
whatever.
I think we're gonna have to start a farm stand.
Farms? Like we're in the middle of the jungle.
Yeah, but there's a lot of people that walk by our land.
Is this because you think we actually should start a farm stand, or do you just want a farm
I
stand?
want a farm stand, a Lola's farm stand. How cute would that be, honey?
There's no one that comes with like...
Guys, we're starting a farm stand. It's happening.
Every single hole now has a Zapata sitting outside of it, ready to go. This is a huge accomplishment. This is a huge step that is now done, and we're ready to move on to the columns. But for any of you coffee drinkers out there, just want to give you a heads up that we have...
Almost done, honey.
You want to tell me about Chocolate Surge? No?
Just mine.
All right. For any of you coffee drinkers out there, we now have Chocolate Surge available up on our website, especially you dark roast drinkers. You'll love it. And if you don't like dark roast, if you're a medium roast or light roast drinker, we have a ton of coffees up there. movementcoffee.com. I'll put the link down in the description below. But we love you guys, and we'll see you on the next one.